Hello everyone, welcome to the class. Today we are going to learn about the fundamentals of computer. So if you're someone who are preparing for RRB PO, RRB Clerk, RBI Assistant or any other government exam where there is this computer awareness paper and you need to qualify this, these classes are for you. And I want you to spend at least 30 to 40 minutes daily here. I will upload the classes on a daily basis. The duration of each video will be of 30 to 40 minutes, not more than that. So since you need to concentrate on other papers as well, I'll make sure you don't need to spend more time on the computer awareness. Okay. So all these classes are beginner friendly. I will clearly explain every topic, and if you are new to the channel, do consider subscribing it. Let us start the session. So today we are going to learn about the fundamentals of computer. So if someone asks you what is a computer, you are definitely going to answer computer is an electronic device. Yes, computer is an electronic device. So if someone asks you what is an electronic device exactly, why the computer is called as electronic device and not electric device, so the answer will be the computer is called electronic device because it is made up of electronic components and uses electric energy. This is the current itself, okay, to operate. So these electronic components are nothing but the resistors, capacitors, diodes, transistors, etc. You don't need to by heart all of this. I'm just giving you a rough idea of why the computer is an electronic device and why not the computer is an electric device. Okay. So let us take an example. So let's say in your house you have lights, fans, etc., right? So these are electric devices. So electricity flows through them. Let's say there is a current fluctuation. What happens to the bulb in your house? It is gone. It's boom. So there will be a damage in your bulbs or fans, etc. But if there is a current fluctuation to your in your lab, let's say a computer system, so will that computer be gone like the light or the bulb? No, right? So these computers are made up of electronic components. That is why the computer is more reliable. So what I'm trying to explain you right now is that a computer is called as an electronic device because it is made up of electronic components. These electronic components make the computer special because these electronic components are more reliable. So even if there is a fluctuation in current or anything, the computer is going to stay the same. So yeah, that's what I have written. Electronic components are more reliable than electric components. So you don't have to buy out all these electronic components, resistors, capacitors, diodes. I just wrote it down just to make sure you will have a rough idea on what are the electronic components. Okay. So am I clear what is the computer? Computer is an electronic device. And why it is an electronic device? Because it is made up of electronic components, and these electronic components are more reliable than electric components. And what is the purpose of computer is our next question. Just make sure you write a quick notes on whatever I said, not the entire exact same thing what I have written here, but in your own terms. Just write a quick notes so that you can have a quick revision before your exams. Okay, what is the purpose of the computer? The purpose of the computer is to process the input and convert into the output. So what is this input and what is this output? So this input is something that we are giving to the computer. Let's say it's a data. So what happens is we give the computer a raw input, any form of data which is raw input. What the computer does is it processes the data and it will produce the information. Information is different from data. Data is what? Data is raw facts. But whereas this information is a processed form of the data. Okay. So what the computer does is it will take the raw data or the raw facts and process that and convert that raw facts into a processed data. That processed data is called as information. Okay, and the word computer is first used in a book, and it's an important point. Okay, the word a computer, first time it was used in a book, and the book name is The Young Man's Gleanings. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but the pronunciation doesn't matter, just make sure you remember the name. In the year 1613, written by Richard Brightweight. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Let's say Richard. Okay, Richard wrote this book, The Young Man's Gleaning, in the year 1613. In this book, for the first time, the word computer has been used. Okay, and another information is that the computer word is, I think it is a Latin word. I think it's Latin word. I will make in the next videos I'll make sure I break down that also. Okay, what book the word computer has been used first? The Young Man's Gleaning. Who written the book Young Man's Gleanings? Richard साहब ने लिखा है. Okay, so let's just talk about the full form of computer. So there is a full form of the computer. You can encounter questions like this sometimes, but this is also important. Okay, computer. The C means common, O means operating, M means mission, P means purposely, U means used for, T means technological, and E means educational, R means research. Common, operating, mission, purposely used for, technological and educational research. Make a note of it and make sure you remember this. Okay, so what we have learned thus far. First, we talked about the computer. What is a computer? We came to an understanding that computer is an electronic device because it is made up of electronic components, and these electronic components are more reliable than electric components. Coming to the purpose of computer, the purpose of computer is that it computer takes all the raw facts or the data, it will process it and produce information which is a processed data. And the word computer is first used in the book The Young Man's Gleaning in the year 1613, written by Richard. Okay, and we learned the full form of the computer, which means common operating machine purposely used for technological and educational research. So let's learn about the characteristics of computers now. Okay, so one of the characteristics of computer is that speed. Computer can process data at remarkable speeds, often performing millions of calculations per second. Okay, with the help of computer you can perform millions of instructions. You can give the computer millions of instructions. And the next one is accuracy. Computers are highly accurate, consistently producing correct results in calculation. It's true, right? um, if you give computer a calculation, let's say if you want if you want to know what is 5 plus 5, it will never going to answer you 2 or 3 or anything. It will going to answer you 10. So you can rely on a computer because the computer will give you an accurate answer. But there is a problem in this. We will talk about it later. There is a problem called GIGO. It means garbage in, garbage out. We will talk about it later. So for now, next characteristic is that diligence. Diligence means computers can work tirelessly without the fatigue or boredom, unlike humans who need to rest. A computer doesn't need to rest, right? Computers can work throughout the day. It doesn't get any bore, or it will not feel tired. That's what diligence means. It can work continuously without getting tired. The next one is versatility. Computers are versatile machines that can perform a wide variety of tasks, including word processing, music playback, and file downloading, etc. etc. uh, what the computers can do, they can perform variety of tasks or variety of processes, including all these things. um, Versatility means the ability to perform a wide variety of tasks. That is versatility. The next one is memory. Computers have large storage capacities, allowing them to store vast amounts of data. So these are the 5 characteristics of computer. Just make a quick notes of it. You don't need to write all of this. Just write speed, accuracy, diligence, versatility, memory. So what is accuracy? It means that computers can give you accurate results. That's it. Diligence means computers can work without getting tired. That is diligence. Versatility means computer can perform wide variety of tasks. That is versatility. Memory, computers can store large amount of data. So make a quick notes so that uh, so that you can revise it before the exam. Okay, so now we are going to learn the generations of computer have evolved through several generations. Let us understand how were the computers back then in 1940s or earlier, and how the computers were now. So in the first generation, the duration is 1940 to 1950s. I read different articles. In each of the article there is a different year mentioned. So I don't think it would be a problem while answering the questions. I hope the questions weren't um, that difficult or that confusing ones. So let us just skip the year, or just remember that from the 1940s the first generation has started. Okay, the important component in the first generation was vacuum tubes. You have to remember this. You don't have to make a logic out of it. You just have to remember these things so that you can, at the point of examination, what will happen is, you will see the question, you will see the options. One of the options you will feel like it is the one I am familiar with. That's when you will answer it right. Okay, you have to be familiar with the terms. Vacuum tubes, okay, I read it somewhere. It is used in the first generation computer. That's how you can answer the question correct. Make a notes, revise it daily, you will remember these things. Okay, the input device that is used in the first generation computer is punch card, and the batch processing was used. What is this processing, what is this batch processing, we will discuss in further classes where I will be discussing the operating systems. Okay, storage unit, magnetic drum was used. Language, machine language is used. What is machine language? Machine language is something, a language that is more closer to the machine. No, humans cannot understand that kind of language. Okay, all the computers that were used in the first generation are for special purposes. Okay, they are not general purposes computers. They are built for the special purposes. Back then, the first generation computers, they were used to be, the size of the computers used to be so much big. It used to fill a room, I can say. And there are certain disadvantages as well. So let's study the examples and then I will discuss the disadvantages. Examples of first generation computers. Important, this is very very important. The generations of computer topic itself is an important topic where you can expect one or at least one question in every exam. Okay, UNIVAC, Mark 1, EDSAC, IBM 701 and IBM 650. The full forms of it I will discuss in the next lecture, where I will be discussing the history of computers. Then we will discuss the full forms of it. Okay, so this is the first generation computer. When the first generation started in the year 1940. And what is an important component in it? Vacuum tubes. What is the input devices that are used in the first generation computers? Punch cards. What is the processing? Batch processing. The storage device or storage unit that is used in the first generation computer is magnetic drum. And the language that is used in the first generation computer is machine language. And there are several disadvantages of the first generation computer. One is that it occupied an entire room, it occupies lots of space, and it needs lots of electricity. And they are also, and all the first generation computers, they used to generate excessive heat. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of first generation computers. Let's talk about the second generation computers. In the second generation computer, from 1956 to 1963, transistors were used. The important component of the second generation computers are transistors. As an input device, we used to use the punch cards. Storage unit is magnetic tape. Primary memory, magnetic core, language, assembly language. So what is memory, what is primary memory, we will discuss it later. For now, you just read the entire, you just write the important points, make a short notes of everything. Then when I'm discussing operating system, I will explain you what is primary memory, what is a batch processing, what is operating systems, everything. Okay, for now let's make it simple, don't make it complicated. Okay, so yeah, Examples of second generation computers: IBM 1401, Honeywell 400, Univac 1107 Mark III. All the examples of the generations are very important. There might be chances of in the exam they might ask giving all these options at SAC IBM 1401, which of the following belongs to the first generation computer? They might ask like that, or they can give you a computer name, and then they might ask you which generation does IBM 701 belongs to. Okay, previously there were questions that were asked like this. Okay, second generation. Okay, first when comparing to the first generation computer, second generation computer used to be smaller in size. Okay, so now let's understand, let's talk about the third generation computers. In third generation computers, third generation began in the year 1964, and the important components are integrated circuits. So these are the computers where for the first time CUI based or the CLI based operating systems were introduced. What is CUI? What is CLI? Character user interface, that is CUI. Command line interface, that is CLI. Important abbreviations, you need to remember this. And for storage we used to use hard disk. Language is high level language. And the advantages: lower maintenance cost, used keyboards and monitors. Those were the examples. And also the third generation computers were used to be smaller in size when compared to the first and second generation computers. Okay, examples of third generation computers are IBM 360, IBM 370, PDP-11 Univac 1108. Again, if you are wondering what is Univac, what is EDSAC, everything I am going to discuss in the next lecture, where we will be discussing the history of computer. Again, that is also an important topic. So let's keep it simple for now. Now we will discuss the fourth generation. Fourth generation began in the year 1971 and it is currently running. So in this, the important components are microprocessors, and the language that is used is again high level language. OS that is used is graphical user interface, GUI. You often heard it. This is also command line interface. I bet you definitely seen this command line interface in movies. Have you seen in movies while there is a scene of hacking or anything, there will be a black background. On the black background you will see white characters or green characters. That is what a command line interface is. Whereas graphical user interface, that means in your laptops or in your desktops you will have icons, right? Icons. While clicking that icons you will get to open that app or etc etc. So that is graphical user interface. You will have an interface where everything is in icons. Next, the memory that was used is a semiconductor memory, example RAM or ROM. Microprocessors made computers smaller, faster and more affordable. In the fourth generation, what happened? As we are using the component microprocessor, that made the computers smaller, faster and even more affordable. Examples of fourth generation computers are IBM PC, Apple Computer, Star 100, Alter 8800, etc. Okay. This is about the fourth generation. Now we will discuss about the fifth generation. In fifth generation, what fifth generation computers made, it allows computers to behave like humans. So we are talking about artificial intelligence here. The speed is the highest. The fifth generation computers have the highest speed, and the language understood by the computers is natural language, that is human language. Let's say the examples, desktop laptops, your smartphones. Do you give complex machine language code to them? No, right? You will just let's take an example of a smartphone. You will just touch the icons that are present and you will interact with that. So that is natural human language, not a complex machine language or low level language. So that is the fifth generation. So these are important. You have to remember that in the first generation, the component used is vacuum tubes. It began in the year 1940. Examples are important. The language used is important. For the storage unit, magnetic drums are used. That is important. And for as an input device in the first generation computers, we used to use punch cards. Okay, you have to study everything. And again second generation, we used the component transistors, and these are the examples. Please give a rough read of everything that you have returned. And so that's all for this video. um, i hope I hope you are able to understand whatever I am saying. If not, if there are any doubts, please do comment that in the comment section. And if you have any feedback also, please do give them in the comment section. If you like the session, then please like the video, share it with your friends. And feedback is really very important, as this is our first class. If you have any suggestions, then I am open to suggestions. Any suggestions, please put them in the comment section. I will go through it and I will make sure from the further videos I will implement that. So that's all for this video. In the next class, we will learn the data measurement units and the history of the computers. Again, the history of computers is very important. So have a great day. All the very best for your exam preparations. Thank you.